lot of fist pumps, a lot of smiles. A couple guys jumped. Yeah, that was a good one, man. No, that's sort of a lot of smiles, a lot of like fist pumps, and a lot of yays. And that was good stuff.
What was it like to see the fan reaction? We've seen some big plays, but to have them stand for the curtain call.
Well, the grand slam is a special play in our game, right? You don't see it every day. I mean, that's what when you're a kid, like in the backyard, and you're drawing it up, say bases loaded, 2 outs. Usually it's like Game 7 of the World Series when you talk about it. You don't say, hey, 7th game of the year against the Giants at home. I mean, you don't say that, but still, it's a special play. So, great for Will. He's, as a veteran player, he's good on the team. He's doing his work every day. So it's good to see a contribution from, our bench, which was, big time with Will with a home run, and, guys who haven't, gotten a start yet contribute. And, we've said all along, and, every manager will tell you, every general manager will tell you that it takes all 25 guys, throughout the course of the season. So that was a good one for us.
Buddy, Friday night you guys were 1-3 in the midst of the 22-inning scoring drought, I think it was. And since then, you've taken out Bumgarner in 3 innings. You've won 3 straight games against the defending World Series champs. What can you say about that turnaround?
Well, again, that's baseball. I mean, that happens in this game. There's going to be 2-game losing streaks. There's going to be 3-game winning streaks. I mean, it's part of what we do. I don't know how to comment on it except that Morrow went out and pitched a great game, and Shields went out and pitched a great game, and Tyson hung in there today, and we got our hitting shoes on yesterday, and the 1-0 game was well played on both ends, and we ended up getting the big hit off of Meyer's bat. So that's baseball. This is our game. This is what we those of us in it. I mean, we're accustomed to these types of things. So again, it shows a lot that our guys, again, and you guys can't, it's tough for me to describe, but the feeling in the dugout, what we're talking about is all the right stuff, and what we're talking pregame, what guys are doing is a process of doing things the right way, and it's for a 3-game stretch here, it's resulted in wins. So again, it's a combination of some timely hitting and good pitching, some clutch pitching, and not that we didn't try to do that in Los Angeles. We did. We fell a couple pitches short, and maybe a couple at bats short. But there's always, now you've heard me say it. There's a team on the other side always trying to win also. So, but again, like I've said before, we like our team. We like our guys. These last 3 games have been pretty good.
Beyond the hits the last couple of nights, it's looked to me, and I like to hear comment, just the approach of hitters at the plate.
Better. I think, the Hudson game, Zoe and Kotz were like, hey, we got to change this a little bit. And I think the guys have responded, especially the last 2 nights. Last night, again, you heard me say that we got, 9 hits when we had 2 strikes on us. Today we got, 4 hits with 2 strikes on us. The at-bats are better. The fight at the end of the at-bat is better. The foul off, the good take have been better. So I think the quality of the overall at-bats throughout the lineup have been good. And it sort of stressed the starter. We saw it last night with Bumgarner with the high pitch count. Jake was around the zone today just missing, and we're taking some good borderline pitches. We sort of built his pitch count too. And I told Lexi and Yonder, their at-bats before the home run, before Will's home run, those were hard at-bats for Jake. And when you start throwing close to 30 pitches in an inning, and the stress is on you, and every pitch is critical, I mean, you might be bound for a mistake, and he got a ball up out over, and Will took advantage of it.
Tyson, thoughts on his
Tyson, Jeff, was just I think a little bit out of whack. From from at bat to at bat, he got his punch outs. He threw some quality pitches, but I think Darren noticed a little bit of maybe not quite as rhythmic as he can be when he's truly on. We saw a couple 4-pitch walks, which is you don't like to see, but again, it's a great sign for Tyson that not on the top of his game, but yet went 6 innings and only gave up 3 runs. And a couple of those were results of a walk, then a base hit, or hit and run, and base hit to the opposite field. So again, they didn't hit him hard, but again, he wasn't at the top of his game, but yet he got the victory, which is a great sign for Tyson to be able to work his way through 6 innings, navigate his way through without being on the top of his game. So that's a credit to Tyson. That's a great confidence builder for him to know that he can win a game like this.
Chris Ware to come in that stressful situation against Belt, what he proved to you?
Yeah, again, I think that we saw it as we saw some things in spring training that we liked. Going back over last year's scouting reports from our people, and what they saw last year out of Chris, led us to believe that he can be tough on a left-handed hitter. The major league debut is always a heart stopper for the player. It's a feeling that players never forget, and he'll never forget this one. That was critical, obviously, against one of the Giants' better hitters, middle of the order bat with some power. And at that point, we just felt it was a good matchup for us to put a lefty on Belt. And Chris responded. I like the fact that he fell behind 3-1 and threw a 3-1 slider for a strike, and then threw a really good slider on top of that one for the strikeout. So good for him. That was again, a lot of smiles when he came in, and guys appreciate the major league debut and what they mean and what that means to a player. So happy for Chris.
You guys have had 168,171 people for the last 4 games. It's a Petco Park record for attendance for a series. Can you speak to the energy?
Yeah, I think it's great. Again, I think it's something that has been coming, from December. I think that this season, hopes to be a good one for us. We still got a long ways to go. I mean, there's a lot of baseball left, but the energy that the fans have shown here early is awesome. And I said it yesterday. It's tangible. You can feel it. It's great. I think all the new things around the ballpark, have sort of enhanced that and helped the fans, and helped as the end result. I think helps the players. You heard Shields talk about it. You're probably going to hear other guys talk about it as we move forward. But the fans have been awesome at it. They've been great. And in years past, I think over the years, this happens at other ballparks as well. But there's been the heavy volume of opposing fans, at our park. But I didn't sense it this series at all. I got heavy dose of Padres people keeping their tickets, which is cool.
The things that you said about Tyson, responding, still being able to do his part, even though you have some rough patches. Right. Is that the same thing that you kind of hope for with Cashner tomorrow after his first start, kind of coming back?
Well, no, I don't expect any rough patches tomorrow. I don't know whether you're predicting that one, but I'm not. I'm hoping that Cash does his thing and pitches well. But if that happens, I would like to see the same result.
But with Solarte getting the opportunity in the 2 spot,
sure,
back-to-back days, what have you seen
right.
with his at-bats in that particular spot?
Again, I think with we saw the good at-bats last night, couple hits on base. On base percentage that he showed last year when we acquired him from the Yankees is real. This guy had a good on base percentage as a minor league player. We like his at-bats. There's a walk in there. We think there's a little batting average in there. We like the switch hitting component, there. If it makes the manager think a little bit on the other side. I got him equally adept from both sides, but he's a good offensive player, and we like the versatility in there. So we'll see moving forward. It's still early in the year, and we've talked about it as a coaching staff that we'll continue to find out about our players, this month, and see exactly where we are, and how it looks, in a few weeks from now. But Solarte is a good part of our team. As far as in the lineup, whether it's the top of the order or the middle, he brings an element that we need.